Assalamu alaikum, this is Abdullah Khan, and this is a quick presentation on the working and construction of a solar cell. So first we will learn what a solar cell is. A solar cell is made of two types of semiconductors called p-type and n-type silicon. The p-type silicon is produced by adding atoms such as boron or gallium that have one less electrons in the outer energy level than does silicon. Because boron has one less electron that is required to form the bonds with the surrounding silicon atoms, an electron vacancy or hole is created. The N-type silicon is made by including atoms that have one more electron in the outer level than does silicon, such as phosphorus. Phosphorus has 5 electrons in its outer energy level, not 4. It bonds with its silicon neighbor atoms, but one electron is not involved in bonding. Instead, it is free to move inside the silicon structure. Now coming to the solar cell. A solar cell consists of a layer of p-type silicon placed next to a layer of n-type silicon. In the n-type layer, there is excess of electrons, and in the p-type layer, there is an excess of positively charged holes. The positively charged holes are the vacancies due to the lack of valence electrons. Near the junction of the two layers, the electrons on one side of the junction, that is the n-type layer, move into the holes on the other side of the junction, that is the p-type layer. This creates an area around the junction called the depletion zone, in which the electrons fill the holes. When all the holes are filled with electrons in the depletion zone, the p-type side of the depletion zone, where the holes were initially present, now contain negatively charged ions, and the n-type side of the depletion zone, where electrons were present, now contains positively charged ions. The presence of these oppositely charged ions create an internal electric field that prevents electrons in the n-type layer to fill holes in the p-type layer. When the sunlight strikes the solar cell, electrons in the silicon are ejected, which results in the formation of holes. The vacancies left behind by escaping electrons, if this happens in an electric field, the field will move electrons to the n-type layer and the holes to the p-type layer. If you connect the n-type and the p-type with metallic wire, the electrons will travel from the n-type layer to the p-type layer by crossing the depletion zone and go through the external wire back to the n-type layer, creating a flow of electricity. So this was a quick review and presentation on the working of a solar cell. The solar cell, this is the working of solar cell on a small level. If we increase the level, we can produce a large amount of electricity that can use to power our houses. And in fact, it can be used to power many industries just by using sunlight and using this principle. So this was a quick presentation. Thank you.